Hi, let me ask you something that might hit home. Have you ever been so loving, so busy loving, helping, serving, encouraging, that somewhere along the line you forgot about you? You giving everything you've got to help others because you love them, because it's the right thing to do, because that's what God called us to do. But deep down, if you're honest, you're tired, you're drained, you're spiritually, emotionally, and even physically empty. If you ever been there, then this message might be for you. There's a verse that I believe speaks directly about this, and that's in First Timothy chapter 4, verse 16. It says, keep a close watch on yourself and on the teaching. Persist in this, for by doing so you will save both yourself and your hearers. Did you catch that? Paul doesn't just say watch your teaching, he says watch yourself. Pay attention to your soul. Don't get so focused on saving everyone else that you forget your own salvation. Because let me remind you of this powerful truth. You cannot pour out anything from an empty tank. You cannot operate from an empty tank. Or as I've heard it said, we can't pour out what we haven't been filled with. So now, yes, the Bible tells us to love one another. It tells us to put others before ourselves. But listen, loving others does not mean forgetting yourself. Putting others above you doesn't mean emptying yourself to the point where you have nothing left to give, not even to God. Even Jesus, who have gave everything, made time to rest, to withdraw, to pray, to be with the Father. He wasn't just working, he was also washing his own soul. And if he did it, what makes us think we don't need to do, that we don't need to? I think about what Jesus told Peter in John 21:22. Peter was looking around, he was looking around, comparing, wondering what would happen to someone else. And Jesus says, if I want him, he was talking about John, if I want him to remain until I return, what is that to you? You follow me. Let that sink in. Jesus was basically saying, don't get so caught up in everyone else's walk that you lose focus on your own. You follow me? Yes, love others. Yes, serve people. Yes, carry one another's burden, but not at the expense of your own soul, not at the cost of neglecting your own relationship with God. Because here's the truth, you were never meant to be the Savior. You were meant to point people to the Savior. You're not the Redeemer. You're not their healer. You're not their strength. But you do know the one who is. And when you stay filled with Him, you become a powerful vessel. And you know, this whole idea reminds me of that old saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. In other words, if the people around you need prayer, rest, encouragement, and time with God, so do you. You're not some spiritual machine that just keeps running. You're a person with a soul that needs to be filled. And God cares just as much about you as the ones you're ministering to. He cares so much about you as the ones that you're teaching. Let me ask you, when was the last time you slowed down long enough to check your own heart? Are you just running on routine? Are you trying to help everyone but quietly drifting in your own faith? 1 Timothy 4:16 says it clearly. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Why? Because when you do, you not only stay anchored, you actually become more effective in helping others. Listen, God never asks you to burn out for Him. He asks you to walk with Him. You matter. Your spiritual health matters. Your walk matters. So let him fill your tank again. Let him restore your soul, because when you are filled, that's when you love. Your service, your encouragement has heal power, has real power. So don't lose yourself trying to save everyone else. Don't forget your soul while ministering to others. Remember, you can pour out what you haven't been filled with. You're not the Savior, but you do point people to Him. And Jesus is still saying to you today, what is that to you? You follow me. Take care of the walk God gave you, and in doing so, you help others walk faithfully too. I love you all. Stay rooted, stay filled, and never forget, Jesus sees you.